So I just want to do a quick video. This is going to be like a in-between business update. Basically tomorrow is the 15th of October. Today's the 14th, which it's actually my birthday, so happy birthday to myself. And I just want to do this video just to document kind of just roughly what it's taken to get to this point in terms of launching the first sales. So here is basically everything that's going on sale tomorrow. Also this, well technically this is already sold, so yeah, so it was a bit touch and go in terms of getting like the products I got on. So today is Wednesday. I got wait, is today Wednesday? Yes, today's Wednesday. And I picked this up from the kiln yesterday afternoon, photographed them yesterday night, did all the finishing touches in terms of just giving the bottom a bit of a sand so that it's nice and smooth. It's not going to scratch the table, and then make sure that it sits level and it's not wobbly. And I've uploaded everything onto the website. I have put in all the descriptions, the pricing, the dimensions, and the weight, which is mostly for shipping and calculating shipping cost. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because the kiln that I was usually firing at, they've basically put firing surface on hold because of COVID and other stuff. And they did my bisque firing, but I couldn't get my stoneware fire from them. Like I couldn't get the glaze fire done. So luckily there was another place I could get it done, and that worked out, and the timing was just right. Initially I was going to pick them up today, which would have been a lot harder because I'll have to do everything today and then launch it tomorrow. So I'm really glad I got it done last night. And looking at this, it feels coherent, and I think mostly because it's one glaze. There are variations between the products. So for example, if you look at the color between these two cups, one's a little bit warmer and darker and one's a bit whiter. That's just because they use a different clay. So you can see at the unglaze section, it's quite a bit different. In real life, they don't look as different. Like obviously you can tell, and it's, you know, but on camera, they definitely show a lot more. I love these cups. I think these are like the perfect size. When I threw them, they felt big, but I've always wanted to make taller things like this. And obviously it's probably too big for like a coffee cup, which is why I made these smaller ones. Kind of same style, just a little bit shorter. So this would be good for like a little latte or cappuccino or whatever. And this will be a nice cold drink of sort. So there's 5 of these. The approach I went was I wanted to do things in matching sets, but I also didn't want to commit to it. So I picked 2, well I actually did 3 things. So like these smaller cups, these larger tumblers, as well as these bowls. They're the only thing in tomorrow's sales that has more than one. Everything else is kind of a single and one-off, and these are still considered one-off because I don't know if I'll make the exact same thing next time. This might be the only time you can get it, but at least you can get more than one at the same time. So they worked out well. So for those who follow me on Instagram would know that I set out to make 20 of these bowls. In the end, I had 9 that I'm selling. There's a whole bunch that were just a little bit different, or the wall just didn't feel as smooth, and just not as well made. So there was, after a little bit of QC, there's 9 left, and it was tricky, but it was fine. And the cups, I made 5, and then I got 5. I think I made 6 of the smaller ones, and I got 5. So overall, I think it's good. And being the first time trying to make matching stuff and matching sets, it's yeah, I wasn't expecting much. But it's just good to be able to sell, kind of 3-4 bowls at the same time. I mean, they're not obviously identical. There's still some variations in terms of little sizings and little, thickness of the wall and stuff like that, etc. And that's completely fine. I think it's all within the margin that's acceptable to be handmade ceramics. And I'm so happy. And then just to boost the number a bit, I also made a bunch of tiny things like these, and they're kind of you could use them for anything. It could be a catch-all, jewelry, rings. On the website, I've named them as condiment bowls and plates. So for example, you can put little ingredients or salt and pepper and chopped chili, garnishes, and just little bowls. Like it could be a little snack bowl, a little nut and trail mix or whatever. So in terms of functional wear, that's about it. I also have one plate, one single plate that I actually really like the design of. So it's just a little raised rim, but like on the inside, and then it goes back down on the outside. Yeah, something a bit different to a regular plate, and I really like it. I think this is something I'll make more of. I actually made a bunch of plate, but I rushed the drying a little bit, and I didn't cover them to let them dry evenly. So a few of them cracked and just didn't work out, which is a shame. But I think for the next update, I'll do a few more plates like this. And then kind of decorative little vases, little moon jars like that. So this is the same glaze again, but in the porcelain. So you can see it's a lot whiter, the clay itself. And the glaze goes on a lot smoother. So depending on which clay, like the darker gray, it's still quite satin, it's quite smooth, but it's comparing to the porcelain, you can tell the difference quite significantly, and the color also comes out quite different too. So this is a lot more closer to a white. It's still got a bit of warmth to it. Yeah, so basically that's about it. I just want to show it because I didn't really get a chance to display this all together. And this video is more for myself to look back on maybe down the track just to see what the first sale was like and how it's gone downhill since then. There's also some like one-off larger bowls, which I really like. But a lot of lesson learned, and I'll go through all that kind of debrief of what I could have done better, how I could have made more things or less things, how I'm marketing the first sale, how it goes, which I have no idea. But once it goes live, and then I'll see what happens. So maybe about 2 weeks from tomorrow, which will be the regular business update. So it will be the update, which will be probably around 1st of, what is it now, October, 1st of November. I'll do the next update, which will include some of what I've talked about more in depth in terms of what I've been setting up, website and all that logistics side of things, as well as how the sales went and how it's gone, packing and shipping and all that. And I'm going to do a dedicated video later this week or maybe early next week on the way I package things in terms of having a more sustainable workflow, using recyclable materials and still maintaining, enough protection in the box that I'm not going to have to worry about things breaking in post. And also the cost of being more sustainable. I think it's something worth talking about. Not to put people off it, but just so that people are aware there is a bit of a cost involved, but how you can kind of use that to your advantage. And consumers are very, I guess, aware of things like this nowadays. And if it aligns with your personal belief, like I try and recycle as much as we can, we compost at home and all that sort of thing, and kind of minimize waste. And I want to carry that over to the business because the business uses a lot more material, it creates a lot more waste in terms of the shipping and packing. Like if I'm using bubble wraps and plastic tapes and packing peanuts and sending out 10, 20, 30 packages out, and that adds up to a lot of waste that I will not be happy with putting it out there. So wish me luck, and I'll hopefully be able to upload this video tonight and have it before tomorrow and get that going. And maybe some of you would see something like this, like the speckles really come through. I've tweaked the glaze a little bit more, but not so much the recipe. I know I'm kind of starting a new topic, but just the application, having it a little bit thinner. So this was quite a thick application in comparison. And you can see how the speckles kind of muddled, where this is a lot clearer, a lot more contrasting. Anyway, I'm just happy that it's all done. Thanks for watching. See ya in a couple of weeks. Whew. Check out Instagram, blah, 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 blah.